When I was working as a yoga teacher in Tulum, it was my rock bottom. One of my rock bottoms of my many different careers. I had many other careers. I worked in fashion in New York for 8 years, then I worked in real estate, and then when I moved to Tulum, Mexico 5 years ago, I finally made the leap to start studying wellness and to follow my dream of becoming a wellness facilitator and like learning how to facilitate healing for others. You know, my mom was sick my whole life. From the moment I was born, my mom was absent. She struggled with drug addiction and she was gone a lot when I was a child, and it was very traumatic. And I spent my whole life like being attuned to her and like caring for her. And I really developed this unique skill of caretaking and like being loyal and like attuning to other people's needs. And yeah, it was very traumatic, but you know, like some of our biggest traumas like have the opportunity for it to be developed into such a unique gift, and that's what I've been able to do with my work. But what I want to talk about today is like the women that I help and me, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when I first started working as a wellness facilitator. I mean, I did a whole bunch of different trainings when I moved to Tulum, and I first started teaching yoga, and I did that for years. And that was just like kind of the only thing that was really available. And I wouldn't say that like I loved it, right? Like it was great. I liked the practice. It felt like a new thing. It was like discipline, right? It was like exercise. But I didn't like jump out of bed like wanting to do this. I didn't feel so inspired, but I never really felt that way before. So I just thought like, okay, this is fine, right? And maybe you are like that too. Maybe you've never really felt like super excited or inspired by work. I mean, up until really just building my career and my business offerings now, I never liked work. I had a terrible relationship with work, the word work in general. I had terrible experiences, and I never felt aligned to it. And when I was teaching yoga in Tulum, it was just so hard. It was so hard. Like the pay was so low. It was so much like time that I would travel on the bus, like hours a day, and like bringing my lunch to save money. And I would make like $20 a class or like $25 a class. And yeah, if you've been to Tulum, Mexico, you know that like you can barely buy lunch with that. But I stayed doing that for many years because I like still kept trying to make it work. And the real issue was that I was disconnected from my intuition. I was disconnected from my inner voice. This is the path that I guide women back to their voice, back to their power. So Sirena, gracias. Muchas gracias, mi amor. Let me pause this for a moment. All right, she's done barking now. So you've made the jump, you've made the leap, you've stepped into that role that you've been dreaming of. I had been dreaming of becoming a wellness facilitator, a healer my whole life. Like I said, like my mom was sick my whole life. So like before I could even walk, I was like, how do I fix my mom? What does my mom need? How do I make her feel better? You know, and unfortunately my mom died 9 years ago, and yeah, it sucks that she's not here. And I miss her every day. But I'm also grateful at the same time because I'm like, wow, Mom, like you left this for me. Like you gave this to me. Like what I went through with my mom is now turning into my most beautiful work offering and something that brings me joy, right? So now I give water therapy and I guide people, women, back to their voice with vocal awakening. And this is what has brought me to my intuition, to my sense of joy and life force and creativity and excitement. Like jumping out of bed in the morning. Like I am still like in shock. Like how do I have energy for this all day? Like, how do I want to work on this all day long from the sun rises until the sun sets? Like, that's how you know, like, this is the work that you are meant to do. And I guess I just never really, I don't know, believed it was possible for me. Or, you know, honestly, I started to doubt for a while, like, am I on the wrong path? Because, like, I was, like, teaching yoga, I studied Ayurvedic nutrition, I was, like, giving Ayurvedic nutrition consultations, like tuning forks sessions, sound healing sessions, EFT tapping, and I still work with all of that in my retreats. But the heart of it is the water therapy, is the voice and what the transformation does. So if you've made that leap and you're like, why am I still unhappy? Why am I not making the money? Why am I not like living the way I thought I would live? You know, I thought like once I made the decision to become a healer, which I'd wanted for years, my whole life, 30 years, 35 years, and when I finally did it, it still was like nothing was really happening. I was still tired. I wasn't making money. The issue is that like you're not connected to yourself. You're not connected to how to give to yourself. And maybe you've had trauma like me, or maybe you've had a relationship, or maybe you've like learned this skill working a job for a long time that you didn't like. So it's like when we ignore our intuition for so long, or maybe we never really connected to it. Like for me, like I never really like listened to myself because I always had to like look outward. So when I finally started to like learn how to bring the energy back in, hear myself, feel myself, and then like be able to be guided towards what feels good. And then when you go towards what feels good and then you stay there and it builds and it builds and builds, and then you feel like rejuvenated, and then you feel excited and inspired to give. That's how you know that that is your gift, your medicine, your life's work, your offering, is when you want to do it, when you desire to do it, when you're excited to do it. And that's what happens with the in-person retreats, with the water therapy. So the voice brings you back to yourself, brings that energy back to yourself. It's literally like a whole cleansing for your chakra system, not to mention the fact that it helps you to express yourself, clear blockages from unexpressed emotional parts of yourself, childhood trauma, reparenting yourself. But it brings you to a state of feeling energized, feeling joyful, feeling excited, because you're filling your cup, you're filling yourself, and you're aligning with the Tao. You're aligning with the flow, with ease, with what feels good. And then when you bring the water into it, then it's like really teaching you. It taught me how to receive. I never learned how to receive. And for women, it's so important to know how to receive. Women energetically are meant to receive, are meant to absorb, and to sit and marinate and grow and expand things. And when their cup is full, naturally that's when they create and they blossom and they flourish, and the creations start to flow. But when you're trying to push that out without giving to yourself first, you're going to feel tired and drained and just uninspired. And so the water not only shows you how to receive, but you feel that you feel how good it feels to then give. It also teaches you how to then give. So then, like, when you leave the water and you go back to your life, you're always connected back to your voice, which is like that anchor for yourself of like your energy of like, what am I going to do today? Where am I going to go? How am I going to feel? Like, what is the energy that I want to create? What needs to be released? But then when you leave, the teachings of the water remind you remind your body, teach your body, oh, I'm not ready to give today. Oh, I don't feel inspired, or oh, I'm tired, or oh, like, how do I shift that? Not only are you aware of that you're not able to give, but you know how to fill yourself up to the point where you then want to give. So for me, it's been so transformative. I mean, I spent my entire life tired and drained, and I didn't realize that that's why. I didn't realize I felt that way because I wasn't giving to myself first. I literally never physically felt how it feels to receive and then give. So the water has transformed my life, and that's why I share this with so much love, and bringing my work online with the vocal work, which is so connected to the water, so connected to the water, because our voice is connected to our womb, and our womb, the sacral chakra, is the element of water. It's the element of water, and water is emotions. So if we can't flow with our voice and use our voice to let the emotions flow through us, the good ones and the bad ones, right? Then we can be blocked with our expression, with our boundaries, with our desires, with listening to ourselves, with so many things. So that's what I have for you today. Drop a comment. Let me know how this landed for you. Let me know what questions you have, what interests you in the topic of emotions and water and voice. And if you're interested in working together, I do have the 3 Tides, 3 Vocal Awakening sessions available on my website. So you can check that out, and you can always drop a comment if you want to learn more. And my name is Kayla again, and I'll see you in the next video.